time of need. Luckily for Los Angeles, they have their very own heroine. Soccer mom by day, ice chaser by night. Angie Vargas has been making great strides in the fight against deportation. My name is James Brantley. I have been following the ICE situation since March of 2025. I had done a project last semester about ICE, and I'm here to talk to you about the heroin that is currently melting ICE. Next slide, please. First, ICE, also known as Immigration and Customs Enforcement, was created in 2003, post the September 11th attacks, and it was a way of making sure that immigration control was a part of national security. It is made up of two branches. You have HSI, the Homeland Security Investigations, and they are in charge of drug smuggling and human trafficking. And then you have the ERO, which is Enforcement and Removal Operations, which is in charge of arresting, detaining, and deporting undocumented migrants. I also think it's important to point out that $75 billion have been used to fund ICE this past year, and they are federal employees, so it's important to note that our tax money is paying for it. Next slide, please. On the screen, you can see that the number of immigrants that have been removed from this country in Donald Trump's first 100 days in office. If you do the math, that is 685 people per day. But to put this in perspective, that is as if I took the Boston Bruins, the New England Patriots, and the Boston Celtics roster and staff, put them on a plane, and made them disappear every day for 100 days. This high uptick in deportations can be largely associated with Donald Trump's 2018 zero tolerance policy, which states that no matter the reason or the cause, if you get caught crossing this border, you will be arrested and charged at the federal level. And obviously, children cannot be held in federal prisons. So a lot of these families are forced to be ripped apart, never to see each other again. Speaking about the detention centers, it is important to note that a lot of these people are put in solitary confinement for reasons such as being a part of the LGBTQ community, for having mental illnesses, and there were reports of people being put in solitary confinement for asking for clean water and food. But it is not just the migrants that are dealing with this. There have been a reported 170 United States citizens that were detained by ICE. The most popular of the bunch was Mohammed Khalil of New York and Remitska Archturk from Somerville, Massachusetts, who were both arrested due to their political opinions, especially about the Gaza situation, and they were deemed terrorists even though there was a lack of evidence supporting this claim. Next slide, please. There she is. This is Angie Vargas, a mother, a self-proclaimed soccer mom of two from Los Angeles, California. As a daughter of two hardworking Mexican immigrants, she always had a high sense of community and always tried to put her hand out there for people in need. Her big awakening to be an activist was when, in June of 2025, her mother called her after she was distressed, telling her that she needed to go to the local Home Depot to help her sister. When she got there, she reported seeing tear gas, fire bombs, riot shields, and a lot of distressed civilians. Luckily for her, she was able to get through the barricade and locate her sister and convince ICE to let her and her sister go. She also claims that her and her sister were the only two people to leave the raid that day. Fast forward to today, a lot of what she does is on social media. She will get in her car and follow ICE trucks for the reasons of if ICE knows that they're being recorded, they are more likely to abide by the law because they do not want to be caught doing something illegal on camera. And B, if they are doing something illegal, it is on camera for all of us to see. And for C, it's for informational purposes in the community. It's for reasons such as informing the locals where they are, because what ICE does is they drive around in unmarked vehicles and they wear civilian clothing, so nobody knows. And I think it's important to note that 60 to 70% of all detainees have no criminal record. So they go to places like the Home Depot, like Home Good, like Walmart, and those are the people that they are rounding up. And also, she helps fund local families with diapers, food, and she even helps pay rent for all the families that are suffering due to these raids. Next slide, please. I think it's important to note that she has garnered 224,000 followers on social media. So that is 224,000 eyes on the situation, which is very important. She has also started a GoFundMe, which has raised over $120,000. And these are for reasons, like I said on the previous slide, about the food and the rent, but also for her gas money, as she claimed, because she claims that between the months of June and September, she has driven over 15,000 miles following ICE. This story has been covered by big news sources. It's been covered by Newsleak, it has been covered by the San Francisco Gate, it has been covered by LA Times. And the more people talking about it, the more people seeing it, it kind of puts pressure on the current administration to change their ways. And it has led in replications to what she's doing. You've seen large communities in Texas, Illinois, and Arizona copying this model. And what they do is they make WhatsApp group chats and they let each other know in the community what is going on, where ICE is, to help each other and help themselves through this crisis. And I just want to end by saying that forgotten history is bound to repeat itself. What's happening today sounds a lot like what was happening less than 100 years ago with the Japanese American population when they were put in internment camps. Or you can talk about the expulsion of the Jews in Germany and Poland. So I believe that it is our job to hold each other accountable and to educate each other before we end up as a snake eating its own tail. That is it.